Hey everyone, let's build the Escape from the Lost Tomb by LEGO Indiana Jones. This is set number 77013. And that's pretty much what it is. And we got some minifigures on the box here. So we have Marion Riverwood, Indiana Jones, Sala, and Mummy. Cool. And yeah, this set was provided to me by the LEGO Group for early review, and I don't know what the retail price is. I'm assuming it's probably about $40 to $60. And what I was gathering, it's got about 600 pieces. So I got bag one here keyed up. Here's the building guide. Let's see how the build's broken down into. And we will get started here. So this is what it looks like as the build. So you got 4 numbered bags. Each one is individually numbered, so that makes it easier. So it doesn't look like it's going to be a family build. So each one of these has got a minifigure. And we do have a thing of print work here. And that's pretty much what we got to put on there. That's a lot of stickers for this. So, there'll be belly aching, so spoiler alert there. Oh, and yeah, I got to add something else onto my disclaimers here too. I may be venting or complaining about a LEGO set, okay? I had somebody else complain about that too. Yes, I do rants on these and stuff, but I want to give you, sometimes I want to tell a story or something like that, and I don't want to just make these kind of dull and boring and just do this with piano music, So let me put the stickers here. These 2 plates are also included. I do need these for my campground, and we'll get into that in a second. So I got those set over there. Now, let's begin with bag 1. For indexing purposes. And I was going through the parts in this set, and this set doesn't look too exciting just by looking at the parts. But we don't know yet, we haven't built it. So it could be a really good build. That's what some people were saying I was complaining about, was that. So we use the 2 plates right off the bat. Now, I do need these for my campground. Why, Jay? You actually started? Yes, I actually started the campground. I actually got done with 1 campground spur. You've probably already seen the video by now. And I'm happy to announce that I just finally started. And right after I started, I thought, I'll bet you anything, LEGO's sending me sets. And within that hour after I finished the first update video, ding dong goes the doorbell, and there they were. And I was working from home that day too, and I thought I was getting some tubes in the mail. No, it was LEGO sets. So this guy here has a bandage on his head, so he must be the mummy or something. All right, and that's it for him. Not too bad. Now we can do the fun stuff as the build. So yeah, the campground I just started. Okay, and my hard date, I don't have a hard date, but I have a hard month, is, well, I gotta go pick that up, is June. By the end of June, mid to end of June, I should have, no, my apologies, the end of May. By the end of May, I should have the campground done. So, and today is March 9th, 2023. So yeah, I've been doing a lot here. I got a lot of tutorials filmed. I got a lot of stuff to share with you guys and gals. But the problem is, this is in the way. And then in addition is I have 2 other sets coming in the mail. Oh, and I did get a question asked on here. LEGO sends me this stuff for free. Am I the ambassador network? Yes. I'm not like other YouTubers. I'm not going to hide it. LEGO does send me this stuff. Is it free? Not so much, because I have to invest my time into building this stuff. I always get that question, well, LEGO sends it to you for free, Jay. Why are you complaining? Because I have to put my personal time into these. Time that right now I could be making a video on the campground, but I can't, because I got to do this thing here first. Well, that doesn't want to go in. Okay. So despite the parts being really on the kind of the bland side, I'm hoping this build will make up for it. Okay. And in addition to all that, I am right now currently rendering up the tiny house tutorial. For those who've been asking about that, I'm still undecided though if it's going to be in May or no, it'll be in June. Like I said, these are not. So the hard date will either be in June or November. I'm just doing a hard month right now because I don't know exactly what the specifics of that will be. So I don't really know for a fact. Okay. And so far the build of this is pretty easy. It's not strenuous or anything like that. Oh, and I want to thank one of my viewers. I can't remember your name. My apologies. All this time I was talking about my main channel, having it linked up to this channel. I never did. I did my gaming channel that I hardly use. I was like, oh, that was the one I did. So I need to really sit down and work on this channel here and write up a description for the channel, what I'm doing here. I started part of it, and I got to find a 1x2 dark gray to put on that. So I have to do that, and I already have the main channel linked up. So you look in the description, it'll say, like, visit my main channel. Has a little airplane by it, so you can take a flight over there. And you can do that. And yeah, I'm looking for small parts. Let's get rid of all the big pieces first, because I'm having a hard time trying to find a 1x2 plate in this mess. Here we go. So I cannot judge this build until I build it. Okay. So I can't say this is going to be a bad build, nor I can say this is going to be a good build. It's supposed to be a brick here. So for the campground, though, I didn't get one of the camping spurs done. I thought I had 12 of these plates, or 16 of them. I only have 8. I think I only have like 2 or 3 of these. So in my next Lego haul, I haven't placed yet. I'm going to order probably 4 more of these. Maybe, well, if this one here will give me 9 of these, I may just order 3 more, and maybe order 2 more of these, or 4. I don't know. Just order a bunch of these plates because that makes great soil and stuff like that for campgrounds. So that I will be doing. Looking for 1 more of these here. Oh, there it is. So yeah, that's pretty much the gist. I've been doing a lot of smaller tutorials. I haven't worked on a second camper yet, but I have the ideas of what I want to do with it. I just haven't even started the second camper. Okay, so that's one bummer there. And the second thing is, well, that's probably good news. I'm starting another big project. It's a tutorial, so it's not going to be like a mock or anything like a house, but it's another big tutorial. I just started the rough build of it. I mean, rough build is I'm just cobbling up ideas. Well, at first I thought maybe this is going to be, well, that doesn't make any sense. Why would that be uneven? Oh, if you put this in the wrong area, have fun taking all that apart. But, oh, and I noticed something too. The set did not come with a brick separator. Even. Yeah, Lego's starting to really get skimpy on the brick separators now. I think now they're going to start charging you for them. So they're, you know, with the way the economy is and all that stuff, it's pretty much what they're doing. Everybody's now starting to strip out things. Yeah, but for the price estimate for these sets, what you're getting is not too terribly bad. Until I can get a hard price on one of these, I don't know. I'll check today before I finish up the video and find out. And as far as for finishing this up, I'm going to say probably I would like to get this done in one sitting. Okay, let's start with the 4x6 first. And then we'll set that in there. So we're going to try to see if we can get it done in one sitting. And I'm still getting a lot of thank yous on this channel and stuff. Some people watch the whole videos all the way through, which I really appreciate that, you know. So some people just like hearing my stories. And for those who've been wondering, yes, my parents are doing okay. Just some news that I didn't want to hear, but that's just how it is. But, you know, which kind of brought up a story, and this is something many years ago. Right after I started YouTube and started getting viewers and stuff like that, probably had about 500-600 subscribers. I got a comment from this 13, 14-year-old kid, and told me he liked listening to my videos because I reminded him a lot like his dad. His dad had passed away when he was little, and they used to have Lego nights together. And he says, "You sound exactly like my dad. Your tone of voice is the same. Everything is the same. You just, for some reason, calm me down, and I always think it's my dad talking to me." And I'm like, oh, wow, I never thought I would ever have that kind of impact on a viewer. But I was like, you know, which I read that and almost broke me down into tears thinking, I hope that never happens to me, which it's going to, but I'm missing 2 of these corner plates. Oh, we don't put them over here. Okay. But when I was watching that, or when I was reading his comments, like, wow, actually, you know, hard to believe I can have an impact on someone like that. And because we used to have those Lego nights, my dad and I would hang out and spend a few hours building stuff out of Lego. And I think his dad got sick of, or had cancer or something like that and passed away. And which is very sad, especially for a younger kid. And you know, I was like, wow, you know. That's why I'm against this stupid COPPA, child protection stuff. We need to protect children online, but sometimes some children come on here just to get away from the everyday stuff and just to listen to people like me do Lego. You know, and this kid was like 13, 14 years old, and he was watching one of my videos, and that was the end of that. And I'm sure now he's probably a grown man, but, you know. And I had another viewer said he used to watch me about 10 years ago and finally had refound my channel. Yeah. The only way to really keep up on my stuff, guys and gals, is to add our Discord server. You know, go to our Let's Build It Discord server. I'm there. And so you don't get lost and, you know, forget about the channel. My videos are posted up there too. I have the Autobot do that for me, which they have now since discontinued, so I hope they don't discontinue the auto stuff. Because everybody now is moving to a subscription service, and don't get me started on that rant. Man, we're really putting a lot of sand in here. And plates upon plates. Oh, that's going to be hard to peel off. But we're not grading on that. And there was another viewer that watches me. He got into Lego after his wife had passed away. And I noticed it a lot with a lot more senior builders and stuff. It just fills in the void. Honestly, though, if I had kids, I mean, I would hope they'd like to do Lego and computer stuff with me, but, you know, probably never will happen. Well, well, just long story short, I can't have kids, so it's not like I can just, have a son or a daughter to do this stuff with. But honestly, I would be like, let's do Lego night. Let's just sit back, put on a movie or something, and let's just build things, That's kind of what I wanted to do. I always wanted to do that with my parents, but my parents were not into Lego at all. They actually despised this toy. Well, for me as an adult, it's an art medium, but I think that's what I would be doing. What would I be doing? I don't know. It's a good way to spend time with your son or daughter is to do Lego, because you're doing something physically together. A set like this you probably won't be able to do, but I'm talking about freehand building houses, cars, campers, skyscrapers, and stuff like that. That kind of thing. And it's a good way to bond with your child is Lego. Well, one of the good ways. Lego's an indoor-outdoor toy. You can go out on let's say you have a patio table. You can go outside, take a seat, and just sit out there, enjoy the spring breeze, and just build. Get that over there. And that kind of thing, Because I would do that stuff with my kids. And I've always been told I'd make a kick-ass dad. Because I like the games and stuff like that. And work for me comes second, family comes first. Just from experience, just really quick little tidbit about me. I grew up in a household where work came first. Your career came first before your family. That's just how it was. And my mom was a stay-at-home mom, but my dad always worked. He had 2 jobs. And on the weekends, he was just too tired. I mean, I understand it now as an adult, but work's always going to be here, just like Lego. Lego will always be here. Okay, that goes there, making sure everything's centered up right. Okay, so yeah, I've seen some guys where Lego comes first before family. This will always be here. So you don't need to ignore the kids or whatever to do Lego. Just, include them in the Lego build. It's always fun. If I don't like Lego, that's fine. My nephew doesn't like Lego. He's a teenager. I mean, what teenagers like Lego anyways? There's very few of them that I know that do. He likes video games. He likes taking a ride in the car. And never thought I'd ever see it, though, but he actually likes school. I'm like, yeah, school I'm like he wants to go to summer school, and I'm just like, dude, wait till you get a full-time job. You're gonna not want to do anything. I don't like to work every day because it gets boring. It really does, and doing stuff like this, though, kind of gets me away from the boring stuff of work. Putting this together right here is kind of critical. When they have to do the 1-to-1 scale here, what this is supposed to look like, make sure you match it. I don't want to pick that up and move it. Okay, see, I made a boo-boo here. This is actually supposed to go like this. So this Technic stuff kind of gets a little tricky. So you just have to do it very slowly. And doing the arrows on here Lego is kind of silly. I'll show you. That's what it's supposed to look like. In the book, sometimes it's hard to tell where those arrows are, especially if you're partially colorblind and red just doesn't show up for you very well. So, and then this goes like this here. No, it goes at the end. Yeah. All right, so I don't know what this does yet. We'll figure out what that does later. And we're not done yet. We got to build more with it here. Yeah, everybody in my family has got this nasty cold that's been going around. I'm finally done with it. Finally finished up. It took me about maybe 10 days to completely get rid of it. So from start to finish, from when I found out until I get it all done. And that wasn't too fun there. And I don't like being sick because it slows me down on doing fun stuff. And oh, and by the way, the trip to Knott's Berry Farm, that got kicked to the curb, sadly. So told my friend, I said, no more planning. I said, we're gonna have to do a surprise. Okay, what is that supposed to do? Huh. We won't know yet, huh? Yeah, I've been thinking more and more about going live. And just going live and building things. Not sure what I want to build yet. I won't be able to build any sets, though. Or I could just do some gaming like Minecraft. I've been getting back into playing Spyro the Dragon. If anybody remembers Spyro the Dragon, I have the Ignited Trilogy series, and I couldn't believe how much stuff I forgot from the original game, and sometimes the controls are a little different on that compared to the original, but okay. Before I commit, I'll just make sure. So, I don't know what that does. So I've been playing that, and it's a nice, good little time waster. For those who don't know, yes, I do play video games. Make sure we don't have two of these. And it was just something to do, and my nephew's mostly into multiplayer. I'm not really into multiplayer. Last multiplayer I played was Minecraft, but now we're waiting for the 1.20 update to come out, and I said, well, I've been getting a lot of friends messaging me and go, well, you need to turn on the Minecraft server. Well, I'm going to turn on the Minecraft server when they come out with a new update. I said, let's just wait for the fun stuff. And yeah, you get a partial snake here that comes out of this hole. And these go up here. All right. Okay, well, I'm glad I checked. Snake goes right here. You really can't tell in the manual, but the snake has to be facing these plates. Yeah. So, take a dark brown, or take a brown stud and put a black stud on top. And we'll place one of these here. And one of these here. But yeah, so far, despite of the colors of this set, this is not a bad build. So far, nothing has been flaking apart. The instructions are pretty easy to follow. So far, I'm pleased with this set. I'm not disappointed with anything like that yet. The color scheme, when I was doing the unboxing, seemed a little dreary. Just seemed kind of gloomy and stuff. So I'm not too dissatisfied with the build. Okay. Now we got to put the flames in there. We need 2 apiece. I'm assuming the other large one goes right here. So this set, obviously, we saw from the box, looks like a play set. This is not really meant as a mock set. Oh, I did get a question asked. Do I ever put any more stuff on LEGO Ideas? If it's heavily requested, yes, I'll put a mock on there. But most chances, I will say no, I won't. I'm not going to waste my time with LEGO Ideas, you know. I just have other things to do in life. And that's what we have remaining for bag 1. And not too bad. So far, I am, you know, this is a very relaxing build. Let's hope it stays that way. Let's unbox bag 2 and see. Well, let's just get going. I already did the unboxing. It is on the main channel, and yes, the link will be down there in the description. You'll see it by an airplane. That's Time I've grown a brain. I need to really get on this channel, clean it up. I need to put a banner on here. I need to put more of an about me and stuff like that. Okay, well these little flame pieces are obviously going to fall out pretty easily here. Really got to shove those down in there. Okay. So now we got to do, I think that's Mummy. And let's start finding all the parts for her. We got to do all the boring stuff. And yes, I still think minifigures are boring, so I'm going to say that. And this set does come with a lot of snakes. If you want snake pieces, there you go. Matter of fact, it comes with a blue snake. It's not an Ekans or a Survivor, it's just a blue snake. You know, why don't I like doing minifigures? I like to build big stuff that's complicated. I was in one of those Lego live streams over the week during my lunch break. Didn't talk or just listened to it for a little bit. And literally they were there was some guys talking about a Lego set. And they were just going hardcore on one minifigure for about 15 minutes. And I had to click off. I thought, I can't take anymore. I was like, I can't hear about this one minifigure for 15 minutes. I was like, oh, I can't. I just clicked off the live and I thought, oh no, that's not for me. All right, well, I don't want to spend all day here looking for one part, so we'll leave that there. Could have been another bag too, because I had to use it for filming the thumb. Oh, here it is. Let's put the head facing us. That's what it is. So he comes with the snake too. Now we can get back to the big build. So I'm just going to probably do, I have it on the schedule here, and I do have a spreadsheet for doing Lego sets now. It's how involved these reviews get. So I've been doing everything on a spreadsheet. When I have to release this stuff, it's a lot easier. Can't memorize it all. And yeah, I need to get these going here. And my tiny house tutorial is halfway rendered. And we do get some 1x4 profile bricks with single groove and in brick yellow. I need to get a bunch of those in that color. I have a project that I'd like to build. It was a project that I was going to be on consignment for until the pandemic hit and they bailed out. Oh, I did get an offer for a consignment job. Except the guy didn't like the terms. I said, before I start this project, you have to give me a 25% fee, like a 25% down payment. And he didn't like the idea, and I said, that is to cover and make sure you don't bail out of a job. Well, I don't know if I really want to get this done. You know, I did a quick quote of him, how I was going to do things. That part's free. You know, consultations are always free. But he was like, oh, I don't know if I want to invest that into this type of project and stuff. And you want to know if I can start it and do a sample? I said, no. I said, I give you my YouTube channel. You can see a sample of my work, but I'm not going to do it for free. I'm not going to build it and then be out money on parts that I don't really need. Boy, that kind of made him mad. And I thought, well, you're not really that serious. You know, I mean, my time right now is very limited. You know, I want to get on to building my own projects. Like that campground. Man, I was building that campground. I did part of it on video. And yeah, I mean, if you've seen it, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Now, right now, technically, I'm talking about the video like it's been released on YouTube, but here's the deal. I haven't even edited that video because I'm waiting for the tiny house to get done. I got to clean off space off of a hard drive because I overflowed. And I can't run into town and get a hard drive because that's like a 2.5 hour round trip. And I'm telling if they got the roads to town open up because we had a a snowstorm and a rock slide the other day, so I had to work from home. That's why I'm home today working. And this goes here. Now, when you're building this set, guys and gals, you're going to just work very slow through the manual, because a lot of these pieces are kind of obscured. Pay attention to the inset here, and then just start putting pieces. Just work very slow in this one. I'm going to say that this build here, so far, I can't judge this yet. So far, the build up to this point, I've been very pleased with it, so it's not too bad. And the thing about my reviews, guys and gals, is you get the blunt honesty. You don't get some lied or sugar-coated review. I cut it to you straight. If a set's a good build, I'm going to let you know about it. Just like if it's a bad build. So far, it's a good build. We don't have to worry about anything. Okay, so far I'm pleased. Very hard to do, but yeah. There we go. Yeah, I've been pulling up parts for restaurants and stuff too. And yeah, that's pretty much what it is. Oh, I did get a comment though about, does it normally take long for Lego to ship stuff out to you? Through Pick-a-Brick, yes, it does. It could take anywhere from 4 to 6 weeks. So if you're in a hurry to build a project, here's my advice. Plan that. If you've got a deadline to get a project done, give yourself 6 months. I kid you not. Give yourself 6 months for that project. Because if you are a shorter part or whatever, you're going to have to wait for Pick-a-Brick. If you're going through Bricklink, usually it depends on the seller. They're pretty fast at things. But Pick-a-Brick, you're buying official Lego. You know, you're buying not new old stock. You're buying new stock Lego, and yeah, you just got to wait longer. For them being a retail store, well, a big toy store, a big toy company, retail store, and their shipping's times are really just kind of lacking. You know, first off is the handling time. When you place your order, they hand pack your parts. All right. And I understand why they do it. You know, they do that just to, you know, keep people employed. And two, I don't mind that at all. I remember back in the day, before Lego really got popular, that you would place an order through Pick-a-Brick, and within probably 10 days, you would get your Pick-a-Brick order right to your house. It was fast, you know, really fast. Now Lego has gotten so popular that it takes a lot longer. Matter of fact, they're doing warehouses in Lego now. Like they're bringing out Lego factories out here in the States. And it's nice to get parts. Like I'll get it. You go through Pick-a-Brick best sellers, which why don't you just call it Pick-a-Brick local, since all the parts are here locally. And I'll get my parts within like 5 business days, really quick. And I'm like, why can't Pick-a-Brick Standard do that? Because a lot of my parts are from Pick-a-Brick Standard, because the bestseller category for me is just, well, junk parts. A lot of that stuff I don't really need. And I'm just like, Lego, why don't you just put everything on the best sellers? And another one of those little crank things. So I don't get it sometimes. But yeah, that's probably my only gripe with Lego, is the slow handling and the shipping times. After they ship it out, here's another rant for those who hate my rants. You know, when Lego ships stuff out, they don't ship it out with a tracking number, except if you buy through their bestseller category. Well, if I'm paying that kind of money with Lego, I at least want to have it to where I can track the order. Why they don't do it, I don't know, but... Oh, wait a minute, hold on. I gotta put a brick in here. There we go. But I don't know. Jay, why don't they do that? I don't know. I can't answer that. Okay, obviously that right there must be a crank handle. And this gets mounted back here. And yeah, but this is fixed. I can't even turn that. It just sits there. I thought you would spin this or something, but let me make sure, because that should just rotate. I thought it would rotate. Well, maybe the whole thing rotates, huh? Well, okay, that's how that works. I was expecting with this thing you'd go like this, but no. So that's what it looks like. So this is probably a little slide. Probably going to drop some snakes through there or something. We don't know. Let's see here. All right. And I'm not much into Indiana Jones. I like the movies, but when I was a kid, those were always a treat to watch. But doing the Lego stuff, you know, I had some old Indiana Jones sets, and for the most part, they were okay to put together. You know, I'm more into my own custom stuff, but so far, you know, now, we finally got our first sticker. And I need these for a grocery store. And putting stickers inside there is a complete bitch. So I am going to have to put that big thing in there. How do you get stickers out of something like this? It's very challenging. All right. Because getting these straight is impossible to do. Well, I managed to get that in there. There you go. Not too bad. Okay. Got some eyes staring at you too. And this goes in the back. Okay. And then we rotate it again. And I'm dropping more parts on the floor. Stuff I'll probably need. At least we got rid of the biggest sticker first. And let's see here. Yeah, like I said, I always hope that this stuff is printed when I open up the box. I know well that it's not, but sometimes you'll get lucky. And a palisade brick there. Doesn't really show it very well, but that's what's in there. Okay. But I think you guys and gals are going to like a lot of the tutorials this year. Now, you know, between January and April, I usually release. This year I'm doing something different. I'm releasing all the little tiny tutorials first. Because now I am doing a lot of the big tutorials. Jay, how big? Big. The tiny house is one of them. I'm working on a second one now. It took me a while to figure it out, but I got it the way I want it. I got 3 sets in the way, and then I got another okay, that's a round brick, and we got a palisade brick there. I got 3 sets now that I got to do. This is one of them, and then I got 2 other sets in the mail coming in. And once I get those sets out of the way, it's not too bad. You're going to have to take one of these here. Put that back there. Must be hanging something on the back. So once I get this reviewed here, I got to unbox another one. I'm hoping to do a bunch of the, like, I got a small one that I have to do. Then I got this one. I got a large one I got to build. You'll probably see the large one first. How do I usually do when I get these reviews? How do I do them? Usually I try to plan them out in such a way that I can get them done efficiently. I want to spend a lot of time on my personal projects, not on doing this. Angler brick, make sure it's facing that way, or a brick with 1 stud. And when I get to my personal stuff, That's what I really want to focus on. And it's kind of humid today. Matter of fact, the last couple of days it's been in the low 50s. And over the mountain passes it was snowing like crazy, and now today we're in the 70s. It's just, weather out here could be very unpredictable. And I'm literally kind of sweating right now, and I'm ready to fire on the dehumidifier. I have a humidifier and a dehumidifier in my HVAC system. Much to what people in Florida have to deal with. Some of those other, like Texas, Florida, where the humidity's so high that we have to deal with that here. And be careful with this step here. You can get really confused, so just work on it very slow. Okay, not sure what that's about there. Maybe to annoy the parents, I don't know. If I had a kid that kept doing this, I would be getting irritated too. Yeah, so I'm really excited to share all the campers and stuff. I just need to get them done. Building stuff is fun to do. I don't consider that as the boring stuff. The boring stuff is filming a tutorial and stuff like that. It's not really boring per se. It's just challenging. What takes forever is the editing. It's like waiting for the tiny house to get done. Ooh. I'm waiting for the tiny house to get done right now so I can send it up to YouTube. I'm going to do a final proof of the video. And what final proofing is, I sit down, open up Stud, and I start building the build. And that one just flew off somewhere. Okay, now be careful. This stuff is not, let's just leave that off. We're going to build this as one unit here. I usually do is I'll go through and build the thing in Stud, sit down, take a breather. I'll just build it in, like how a normal person would build my videos. And that's what I do. And I want to make sure that you get a good building experience. I'm not one of those guys that just half bakes a tutorial, throws it up and goes, oh, well, For the most part, the tutorial has been proved. I'm satisfied with it, but I want to make sure that it is buildable. Can you build it? Can it be built? Obviously, I did it in a video tutorial, but I want to make sure. And then when I do that, I also be able to render up a parts list and stuff like that. Okay, this goes like this. And it's keyed, so you'll only be able to put that in one way. So, I'm taking it that this is a trap door. But that hangs, though. Like, I have to lift that up and drop that down. Let's make sure here. Make sure I'm not forgetting anything. Oh, okay, I see what I forgot. You got to take this, and then you have to set this right here. I was like, that didn't look good. Now there it goes, it's flat. It's like, okay, now it works the way it should. All right, there we go. I have to be careful. So far, with the stickers and everything, I'm going to ding this set down instantly to a 9 because that's a lot of stickers. But that's how it is. I don't like stickers on sets. I think to me it kind of detracts from the value and authenticity of things. If it was silk screen, I'd probably be fine with it. Wait a minute, I put that in the wrong place as I forgot to rotate. Okay, yeah, this will come apart here. Okay, be careful pressing down on this. This is a critical area. So see how things are starting to break? Yeah, it's starting to get to that critical point now where I may have to ding it down a little further. All right, this is supposed to go over there. Okay, and there's an angle plate here. All right, and that takes care of the plate stuff. And oh, we got to put stickers on bricks. Yeah, I'm ripping that off when I'm done with this. Sticker number 10. Does it matter which way the hieroglyphics go? Yeah, it does. Well, Jay, if this was printed, you wouldn't be able to use these parts. Yeah, but it makes the build go by much faster, and it looks cleaner, too. Plus, I can always use the hieroglyphics parts. There we go, right there. Yeah, so don't press on that panel. It'll cave in on you. All right, well, so far we haven't used all that. It tells me at the very end of this we're going to be doing nothing but stickers. That'll be a rant part, so be prepared. If you don't like rants, you may want to skip that part. Yeah, 2x8 brick. Those are very rare, huh? And I still think snakes are going to come out of that hole. All right, we are missing a palisade brick. I have this one, but I'm looking for a gray one. All right, let me backtrack and see if I did anything wrong here. Or is it under the manual? Could have rolled into another manual too. Well, there's a gray one there. Sometimes you may have to do this. Just backtrack. Make sure it ain't gonna hurt. Just to check your work here. And then that's all I see in terms of palisades in here. It's not like I don't have any palisade bricks, but I bet that rolled into another bag when I was doing the thumbnail. Probably in bag 3 because those two kept marrying one another. Let me go get one real quick. Hold up. Okay, so I got my gray palisade brick. Here's this one in tan, but I needed a gray one. Now I could have misplaced a brick too, like some in the front here, but we don't know. Sometimes I've been known to do that too. Now, why don't I just go through the bins and check the other bins? I'm going to be honest with you, if I did that, if I checked the other bins, I'd be here all day. And I don't want to make this longer than it is. It's easier to grab from my own collection, and if I get it, that's fine. No biggie. So now I'm kind of off one part, and I checked the floor too, and I didn't see anything on the floor. So, you know, boo-boos happen. That's my mistake, you know. All right. I think a lot of you guys and gals will be happy with, yeah, we got to put a stick on one of these, number 8. We'll be happy with the tutorials coming up. It's just, I just got to, like, what I do is when I get done with the filming, I edit the video, of course, put it on YouTube, and then I go and make sure and I rebuild it and stuff. If you've ever watched the tiny house tour, you notice the thumbnail was kind of grainy. That was a photo. That's a photo thumbnail. That's a little different than what I normally would do, because what I usually do is I build them in stud half-baked. Well, I don't do that anymore. I wait until I release the tutorial. Now, like the campground set, I won't. The campground, I'm building it in stud as I go, because that's not going to be tutorialed. So like when I get done with the camping set, what I'm going to do with that eventually is I'm just going to build everything and be done with it. And this is sticker number 9. You can see now this is starting to get a little boring. At least I can put these on here a bit straight. And then this one goes up here. Yeah, I can't wait to do that camping thing, because a lot of people, I've seen a lot of people build campgrounds in Lego and it's flat. I don't know where they go camping at, but I go camping in the upper Sierras, well, I used to, and the ground out there is anything but leveled. So if it's on a hill, it's on a hill. You just have to live with it. So, all right, and then we put a little slope there. Yeah, so far the stickers are mild. I'm not struggling with anything. So everything now is pretty good. Like I said, the stickers, I just take a point off. So far, the build experience right now, except for this one thing here crumbling apart a little bit, that's build quality, but we're talking about build experience. Never mind. So far, the build experience is pretty good. It's a very relaxing build. It's nothing strenuous or anything like that. So it's not like things are just coming apart like hardcore. And then you put this big old brick on the top here. And they do give you a 1x16. But I haven't had any issues with the set yet coming apart. Oh, and I did find all the stuff for the light bulbs. I just need to find a way to clamp it so I can have the light in here. I actually found a piece of film that I could use, like a piece of plastic film that I can have the light hit and bring it back so I don't get a shadow effect. So we are ready to do that. I just need to get it going. Alrighty. Oh, and you guys missed the lawn mowers the other day. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to deprive you of that. Well, we're over halfway done with the build and we're still on bag 2. So bags 3 and 4 are obviously going to be the smallest of the bags. So far, it's not too bad. It hasn't feel like it's. It feels like it's going to come apart, but it's pretty sturdy in the back. So I don't think it's going to go anywhere. I don't know. It just feels like it's just very thin, like it's ready to flake apart. And before we do anything, let's bring this up here for you. Okay. This is something that I like seeing more on here is, not more on, but more on, is this. Why does Lego do this? This is like a clamp, and it keeps this thing from splitting apart. So now, when they did this, this is locking all this together. This will not come apart. In order to break this apart, you got to take that off first. So I like seeing that type of building method. It kind of locks together. I've been adapting that to some of my builds. Corner piece goes there. Okay. And yeah, I'm going to tell you though right now, this set's a little better than the Harry Potter sets I was putting together. One of those wasn't too bad, but I've been reading a lot of the comments on the Harry Potter sets, and my goodness, I can't believe a lot of you guys are just being blunt honest about the sets are kind of not, well, let's keep it clean here, not up to par, and they're overpriced. And yeah, I have to agree. I don't know the true prices of these yet. Like I said, I think this one has about 600 bricks. If it does, I'm expecting to be 50 to 60, maybe $70. If it's what I'm thinking it is, what I was told, this would be one heck of a deal in terms of parts. So I need to check here after I get done with bag 2. I'm almost done rendering up the tiny house tutorial. See, you know how many people don't sub to this channel? And then they'll ask me, when's my next big tutorial? I'm like, it's on the second channel. Well, I'm not subbed to that one. I don't like that channel. Well, I can't help you there. You know. Here we talk about all the stuff. Oh no, we got to put a sticker on this. Oh, I'm going to have to rip that off when I'm done. Oh, that put me in a bad mood. But I already dinged off the stickers for this. So let's see here. And that is sticker number... Oh, we're not done yet. I remember one or the other. I think it was the Pandora's Quest set. They actually had a coffin piece. But I guess they don't have it in this one. And that's sticker number 11. Well, there's two 11s, so I don't think it matters. And if you put it on backwards, you can always rotate it around. This has got a little bit of a foil metallic sheen. I kind of wish that was printed, but there you go. Oh, I got to make two of those. I wasn't paying attention. Well, at least it wasn't nothing complicated. Yeah, we'll get that going real quick. So yeah, I got to make two of those and put two stickers on it. And one of the things I grade on is the set oh, this doesn't go like that. Is the set redundant? Is it boring? Doing two multiples of something is not really that bad. We've already been through about halfway through that sticker sheet already. Redundancy only comes with sets that are just kind of like you're building the same set or same thing over and over and over again. And this goes at the bottom. Now, where did these go? We don't know yet because I haven't turned the page. And we actually have one extra one of these and one of these. That tells me this went from another bag. Okay, and then these go here. Just plop those right on there. Looks really good. I just wish it was printed, but so far it's not too bad. Let's see here. Yeah, I mean, it's not too bad. And I don't know about these two pieces here. I think those go to bag 3. But that's what we have remaining for bag 2. Not too bad. Now we can move on to bag 3. I'm hoping these pieces here belong to it. Now, we find that gray palisade brick. We know where it went. And I think that's what rolled in here, but we'll find out when we're done. Okay, so now in between this bag and the last one, I'm uploading the tiny house tutorial to YouTube. Oh, and I forgot to mention the blue snake from the previous bag. It does go in here. You set the snake inside this little thing in here, and then you just turn the little handle and he falls down onto the ground, and yeah, pretty much the end of him. I also got the trap door in the back too, and it shows you with the magical hand that comes out with the arrows, I got to make one of those hands one day. Okay, so let's get going. We got to put together Indiana Jones next. You got 2 hats with hair. Not sure why they gave us 2 hats with hair. Are they both the same? Yeah. Maybe it was a mistake or something. Alrighty. Don't roll your head off. Now, let's put it that way. Okay, I need this. Haven't seen the torso yet or anything in there. Or any of the... Okay, there's the torso. I'm looking for the legs. And those are dark tan. You think those would be sticking out. Oh, there they are under the manual. Okay, now we can get going here. And, okay, we got to put the handbag on first. Or you can use it as a camera bag if you desire. Always lift up his arm and then shove it in there. Don't put it all the way next to the top of the neck, because you're going to need to move things around. 2-sided head. And then now I can just tuck this right underneath his neck there, and it'll fall right on the side. And you can just do that to keep it down. And let's put the hat on next. At first I thought it was one of those Smokey the Bear trooper hats, but no. If anybody's out, especially out here in where I'm at in California, the Highway Patrol is referred to as bears. Smokey the Bear, put out forest fires. The reason why they call them that is because of the hats they wear. And they have those Smokey the Bear hats. That's why they refer to them as bears on the highway. And if you're not doing something careful, you know how a bear is, right? Okay, you go through the forest, you just take your time, you don't make any sudden movements or anything that will attract a bear's attention, they'll just ignore you. But if a bear spots you and you just start running, that bear's going to come after you like prey. So, yeah, that term's been around longer than I've been around, but yeah, for the most part, it's pretty cool. Okay, I first thought we got ourselves a gold gurney, but no, we're actually piecing one together here. Okay, so we're going to be building a lot of accessories first, it looks like, before we get to... Ooh, we're going to have to put stickers on this. So you got to put 2 number 7s on that brick. I guess it's to make it look like it's gold or something. Okay, the small portion goes on the top. Yeah, I've been wanting to go explore some old ghost towns. I've been kind of trying to see if I can rustle up some people who are willing to do that. And because mine explorations are a little too advanced for me. And I found a few property owners that had such things to explore, but pretty much got the big O-N-O, so I couldn't do it. One guy says I would, but with insurance, he had somebody hurt on his property before, and he didn't want to take a risk, and I understood that. And then another gentleman just flat out said no, wasn't going to give a reason, and that was the end of that, and don't bother him again. I was like, well, okay, and I tried, because I'm looking for some new explorations to do for the exploration channel. I just told him, I said, I'm just an amateur guy. I like to just kind of explore things. I don't disturb anything. We just walk through, take a look at everything, and document. A lot of people don't understand. There's they got these urban explorers, and that's what they do. They document everything. They don't touch anything. They don't, they don't remove anything from the site. It's all about preserving, because a lot of this history now is starting to go away. It's like for example, in Ukraine, I watched some exploration videos that were from Ukraine. Some of those places now probably don't even exist anymore. And it's always good to preserve things. Now we got to build 2 of these, so we got to note that. So we're done with this little gurney thing with whatever that is on the top. So that will be over here. Now I'm just setting accessories away right now. Oh, wait a minute. This goes in here. Never mind. It goes right there. Okay. Put that over there. So, just looking for some new adventure stuff to do. To kill some time. There is a few ghost towns close to me. But they're not that big. It'd be kind of cool to go through them. There was one that you had to book to get a guide, and I wouldn't mind doing the guided ones, but I kind of want to do my own thing, just to kind of poke around, and then just do my own commentary, not have somebody just sit there and, when I'm talking, interrupt me, while I'm narrating something or something like that, and that's probably the only downside to that. I understand why they do it. They don't want people vandalizing and taking stuff. It's just all about documenting things. It's like some of the stuff I did on my older scenic hikes, especially the wildfires that wiped out pretty much a good chunk of California. Places don't exist anymore. These go inside of here. So eventually you're going to be putting something on those. We're going to be facing those off. And before I do anything here, okay, we got to put something on top of that. I just want to make sure it wasn't a duplicate. I thought we had to do something on the sides first. That's later on, and I'm not liking what I'm seeing. You already know what I'm thinking there. But yeah, I was just looking for some new adventures and stuff. So yeah, get that tiny house tutorial up for you guys and gals, and hopefully that'll be a very good build for you for June. And I'm looking for a downwards gray angular plate. There we go. Oh, I remember there was another comment that I got. Does your girlfriend mind you doing this stuff? No, she doesn't care really, to be honest. As long as it makes me happy. I mean, I don't tell her what she can do, and she doesn't do that to me. She doesn't care really. Now, if you're dating, don't tell a gal right off bat you do Lego. Just from experience, just don't do it. Yeah, some gals they don't like that. And that's a dark gray upwards 1x2 by 2x2 or 1x4. Well, I have one, but it's in this color here. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. There are two of these. That's a downwards. You need upwards here. And there's a black one too. So just use your dark gray here. Your medium stone gray. Don't use the black pieces yet. Okay. Yeah, so hopefully I can get the set done, reviewed, hopefully by tonight. And this is probably going to be one of those sets, whoa, I'll probably do a close-up shot of, as well as a 360 tour. And then the review and thoughts on that. And that's pretty much how I'm doing it. Oh, wait a minute, hold on, I'm putting it on wrong. This goes on here. Okay. Now, Lego, we could have combined these two steps together here. What's the age range on this set here? 8+? Well, that explains it. Like, why can't we combine all these together? Well, no, this is meant for younger builders. This is not meant for us older gentlemen who enjoy this as a hobby. Okay. All right, this goes on top here. And this one goes here. Yeah, this is a very kind of like a nasty little sub step here. Now I'm looking for, okay, I thought I was looking for a 1x1. No, you need a tooth piece and then a slope. A 1x2 brick with bow. It goes like that. And then that's it, and it goes on top of these pillars. Not too bad. It's like almost looks like an entry to a dojo or something. And then now we got to, you got to put on 4 stickers. That's all you do. In steps 128 and 129, it's just pure stickers. So have fun with that one. So let's start with the small one first. And we're going to focus on this side here, and I need to find sticker number 4. And yeah, it's not something I really want to do. Kind of feel like now I'm getting this stuff on crooked here. Now, that's good enough for me. And I saw that and I thought, well, we will be spending probably about 10 minutes on this step here. Trying to keep the rantiness down, so I don't upset anybody. I just like to freehand build my stuff. I don't like putting decals on things. And then now we're on this side here. Sometimes the stickers are real easy to put on. Sometimes they're a complete turd. Well, this just came apart. And now we're getting to that point now where I'm going to start dinging at points, because you can't put this stuff on without these little pieces just flaking off. Trying to put that back on is going to be challenging with this in the way. Especially you got big hands, you can't really get this stuff in there. Like that's just barely hanging on. Matter of fact, I can't even get that in there. All right, this is going to be down to an 8.5 because now I got to take things apart to get to this. Well, they got this little peg in the middle here that's kind of making it not go in all the way. That's just barely sitting in there. Okay, that's an 8.5. I'm not going to mess with that. Lego, you should have double studded all those, not just partial. Even I've learned that lesson when I'm doing tutorials. When the parts fall off, especially in doing a tutorial, that's time to revise. And I don't think Lego really revises the stuff when they're building it. I think what they do is they just, what I was told, they use a robot, like they use a program, an AI, to decipher and see if things are going to be falling apart. Don't depend on that, Lego. That'll get you low scores on your reviews. When I do tutorials, I build. And if something just seems like it's falling off every time I look at it, it means I need to revise the build. Okay, we got rid of all those stickers. I got a bunch left, but... And if those are going to go on those arch tiles, oh man, those are a complete bitch to put on. Okay, now we got to build ourselves like a little totem pole. Let's get that going here. Jay, Lego's going to get mad for you doing that, dinging points. Well, so be it. I mean, come on, guys. I watch my old tutorials. My goodness, I ding those off at like 3 or 4s out of 10. Why? Because I build better now. You're supposed to learn from your mistakes, not keep making them. It's all about practice, practice, practice. Okay, I'm missing one of these angular plates, so let's, oh, there it is. Let's start sorting. And I hope that is not for me. Yeah, my project list is getting longer. Like, I really got things I want to build. And it's always good to have a good mind that's always wet full of tutorials. And I'm talking saturated like a sponge, you know. And one of the things that I will be focusing on this year is trying to coexist between doing reviews and tutorials, you know, find the most efficient way of doing these. How I usually do the review offers when I get them is when I get them, I put them in a spreadsheet. If I get a thing with the parts list and stuff like that, and I base things on 2 things. The parts list. If a set has a lot of parts, I usually do that one first, unless I get the set at the end of the week. Because usually I don't really like filming on weekends. That's my time. And 2, wait a minute, hold on. Let's still keep it like that. Yeah, my mind went blank. But I just don't film on weekends. And that's the end of that story, you know. It gives me a chance to catch up throughout the film because my mind is just completely saturated with ideas throughout the week. I mean, literally, like I'll wake up in the morning, something will just pop into my head. Open up a spreadsheet, write it down. Done. Then, when I get home, or done with work, I will tackle that tutorial. And on the weekends, that's time to answer questions and comments and start writing up the building guides. Because one of the things that I don't like doing throughout the week is getting on a computer. Because I'm always working on a computer, and it's not fun when you get done with your day job, you're doing computer work. Okay, now I am missing a slope that goes here. If not, it probably rolled into bag 4. Still haven't used this palisade brick yet. Oh no, there it is. You notice I don't accuse Lego anymore. I hope this is not just 2 of these. I don't know, we'll just do it slowly, I guess, today. Okay. Some parts of the manual they just kind of run through real quick. And there's more stickers coming up, I saw. I mean, lots of stickers coming up. Okay. Yeah, so far, except for the stickers, and some of this being flaky right here, not too bad. Not too bad at all. It's not a bad build. Now, why don't I start sets at zeros? It's easier to take away points and add points. Like, start everything off at a flat 10. Like, I did a promotional offer. Well, for you guys, probably been several weeks ago. For me, it was just a few days ago. And the bill was perfect. There was nothing wrong. It was very subtle, very nice. So it was an easy 10. It was a 9.8 out of 10. Or a 10, depends. Very relaxing build. Nothing really strenuous, nothing wrong with it. It was just very subtle. A very nice spring build. And I enjoyed it. I enjoyed that build. It was really nice. I couldn't ding points off of it because I enjoyed it. You know, I'm not going to lie. And then you get sets like this, I don't know because I haven't finished building it yet. Hold on. Okay, there's slopes that go into these little areas here. I can almost skip that too. I think one bag builds one of these and one builds the other because we're almost running out of parts here. I'm missing, oh, there it is. Yeah, you can tell now it looks like something that's going to stand up. Maybe it's an Enderman from Minecraft. Maybe they're borrowing the Enderman in here, I don't know. Oh yeah, I've tried out that new Minecraft creator program that they had, and it's a start. I've used Minecraft World Edit. I've used Minecraft Painter, which is similar to that, and 6 goes on a tile. And for the most part, Mojang's got that down covered. I wish it'd make something easier for using jigsaw blocks so you can have custom villages and structures spawn, because coding that by hand after a while gets kind of boring. So I want something that's more instant, not like, oh, okay, I got to think here. Sometimes after work, my brain is turned off. I don't want to turn it back on. All right. And there we go. On our way. We got 2 of those. I think we got to put 4 of those on there. And then this guy here. Yeah, but I think you guys and gals are going to like the tutorials. I know some people don't fancy the furniture builds, but I mean, I'm doing all the small stuff now so I can use it in the bigger builds later. I already have, like, I have everything planned out in advance, like what I'm going to be doing. Sometimes I'll change some stuff around and stuff. Like right now we're in March, so it's usually spring stuff. And then April, I kind of just bring out the spring stuff too. March and April are usually like spring months, so I do spring. And then May comes around, and May I kind of associate with like camping stuff. So May will be maybe camping things. And then June is when we start really going in the summer. So usually I bring out a camper tutorial around May or June. So this time it'll be in June because May I'm doing the campground. I got a bunch of camping stuff and probably some stuff for June. And July and August, I save those usually for summer stuff like swimming and beaches and stuff like that. So I kind of just have a theme for everything. And then September is more like a fall month. So I start winding back down till about November. And then in November, I bring out really big tutorials real quick. Usually I kind of wrap up the year. If you notice, I don't bring out any big tutorials between now and June, or between January and June. There's really no point in doing that, doing those type of things. Yeah. It just makes more sense doing it because you want to bring your good stuff out when everybody's off. If everybody's working, you bring out a big house to tour or something like that, it will just get buried. So I don't even bother with the big stuff right now. All right, so now we got to build a mirror or something here. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to do it like this. And because there's two of them here, and it already tells you right here. So we're going to mirror these out. Okay. Just be faster, do it like this. And the one at the bottom is the bottom insert. And well, this one's actually facing that way. But still, it's a mirror. All right. And after that, a couple of slopes. Okay. After the slopes are there, then we put the hands on. They just kind of get attached like that. Now it's starting to look like something now. And then we have this with two gold studs. Yeah, so far for the detail of this set, I'd say it's above average. And now let the fun begin. You got to put two stickers on, but they're not going to be easy. They want us to put stickers on these tiles. Now, putting stickers on these is hard enough. I'm going to put them on the build first. Well, why, Jay? Why are you going to do that for? We're going to start with 13 here. Doesn't matter which 13. They got two sets of them. 13 goes on this side here. The reason why I'm starting that right here, and I'll do it when I get the sticker placed on here for you, is that I want to start right here in the middle and work my way this way and this way over here. So I think the next one would be 12, and then this gives me a chance, and I am a righty, not a lefty, to line up the joints, and that's just because I've learned several lessons doing this. I was doing one of those Harry Potter sets. They have you put stickers on round tiles, and why, I don't know. But see, now I got it lined up perfectly. You start in the middle, you work your way out. I've learned that. So, that having been said, you can see we don't have a lot left to do here. We obviously know that's going to go in one of those big bricks, so there's only 4 stickers left on that. And we're not done with this yet. Okay. And yeah, but I can't believe how many people watch this channel. You know, just for me to help them out with their builds. That's pretty cool. Sometimes even you've seen my videos, I don't censor or cut anything out. If I make a mistake, that's just how it is. And then this goofy thing gets stuck right here. So I think that's a mouth. Well, you can't see that. There you go, right there. So we're not done yet here. We still got some parts left. And this goes, well, there's two of them. Well, if I can get it on there the right way. You put one way and you put one the other way. Maybe that extra hat goes on that. I don't know. There you go. And we're getting there. We are getting there. I got another one of these to put together. Making sure here that my video's getting done here. I still got to do another video. I have to clean off more hard drive space, but in order to do that, I got to get done with these first. Goes like that. Back should be even. That's what I'm assuming. And there you go. That doesn't look too bad. And we have an extra plate. Probably got confused with bag 4. And I believe that this palisade brick was the thing that was remaining. So make sure I didn't forget any parts on that. Doesn't look like I did. I got an extra 2x2 plate. Let me kind of backtrack here. Am I putting on the head? Yes, I did. It's always good to check your work. Yeah, I think that's it. Could have came from another bag too, but I remember keeping those pretty separated, so I don't know where that came from. Let me kind of run through this again, make sure. And it's better to check anyways. Oh, okay, I think I know where that went. It's supposed to go in there. Take off his pants real quick and shove that in there. Forgot to put on his underwear for the day. There you go. And let's see where this goes. And this goes on here. And it looks like it sits like that. So he just spins around. Let me get that closer for you there. And so forth. And I think there's another one that goes on here too. So that's what he does. So not too bad. And we have an extra hat. I'm not sure why. There's that profile brick. That palisade brick doesn't count because we already had to get out of my collection. And that's what we have remaining for bag 3. Not too terribly bad. Finally, now we're going to be moving to bag 4. Okay. And we still got a few stickers left on the sheet. And where is this rain we are supposed to be having today? I want to hear the rain. I'm tired of seeing the sun peek through the window. Okay, now we got to put together a minifigure. Well, we know where the sticker for this is going to be on. Probably on the inside of that. Means I'll have to go in there with some Goo Gone or some paint thinner and remove all that. Okay. And now I got to think of what I want to make for dinner. It's like 2:30 in the afternoon. I'm also waiting for a project to run through for work. And once I'm done with that, I can call it a night. Alright, now I gotta find one of those telescope pieces. That's why I always hate doing the minifigures first. Because you spend a lot of time finding the small stuff first. Yeah, I'm still on the lookout for another video camera, but they're just nothing really exciting. And make sure it goes on the big portion. And she's got a torch to hold too. Not too bad. There we go. She's all done. And Oh yes, we're getting close to the sticker. Let's go ahead and put the sticker on this thing first. It's on the outside, not too bad. And we'll stick that in here. Oh, okay, I was gonna say, is it going on the inside? Did I read that wrong? There we go. Oh, I got a bubble in there. And I can't get it out, too. The thing bad about big stickers, you'd have to take a needle or something and poke it in there. Do I really care? No. It's a kid's toy, right? Do I really care? No, I'm going to rip that off when I'm done, so it doesn't matter. And I'm getting tired, but I need to get these done. Yeah, when Lego kind of crams sets down and tells you get them all done in 2 weeks, like I said, this part here, I'm saying it's a job more than anything else at this point. It's not really getting to be enjoyable. Not like when I build a mock or something like that. I enjoy doing that for you guys. But building mocks, tutorials are always fun. Doing set builds, not so fun. You know, not for me anyways. This is a canned build. You know, it's a canned build, meaning that it's already been prepared. I already got a set of parts. I don't use my imagination, just copy the picture. And I have to follow the instructions down to the T. After I do the review, then I can do whatever I want with it. I don't know what I want for dinner. Maybe a steak or something. I don't know. Haven't figured it out yet. In the summertime, I have more cool stuff like salads and stuff because usually summer it's too hot to make anything that produces heat. Okay. Yeah, so bag 2 is probably the worst in terms of parts. And then bags 1, 3, and 4 are pretty small. Okay. Yeah, but I'm at least happy to hear that some of you guys and gals like the brute honesty in the reviews, nothing filtered, censored, scripted, or anything like that. Like, this is not scripted. This is not censored. Well, why don't we just build this whole column at once? I don't know, but yeah. Lego, I'm already dinging this thing down now to an 8. The build's I'm hoping the build's not going to be flaky for play, because that'll really subtract from the value. I'm hoping this is going to be a sturdy build once it's done, because I really want to. I'm hoping this will be a good set to build here. It's like something like stacking 2 of these bricks together, okay? The build quality is good because it doesn't fall apart, but build experience is horrible because it was boring. You know, I mean, that's the things I grade on, and I don't see. Oh, there it is. It's like I don't see that slope, but there it is right there. Now we can lock that corner, and they should have just made this all one column in here first, and then do that one on the top. That's the kind of stuff I do in my building guides. I'm looking at stuff like, if you build it, is it going to come crumbling apart? If you get frustrated putting something together, and it's one of my tutorials, let me know, because then I can come in and make a revised copy of that tutorial, make a better version of it, and clean it up for you, you know. That's what you're supposed to do. Let me get that off there. And a couple of days ago, I threw out one of my back muscles, and my goodness, the pain. It's like, I don't know what I did, but it hurt. It hurt for like maybe 2 or 3 days, and it went away. It's one of the downsides of getting older. You got to deal with all that nonsense. I need to go and exercise again, start jogging heavily, and before it gets too hot. and maybe go on a surfing expedition, just kind of sneak away. So, you know, so nothing gets jinxed. Oh, wait a minute. This is picky. I got to change this around. And this is a friction pin, a double friction. You got to shove that in there really hard. And I need one of those little rubber things. Lots of black in this bag here. And let me... I saw it when I was doing the part exploration. Oh, there it is. Yeah, it looks like it goes like this. And it goes right here. Something obviously is going to be bouncing on that. Okay, and then we have a couple of plates. Lock all that together. Okay, we've got some 1-to-1 scales here. So we're using the big one on this side here, I guess, to keep all this clamped together, and yeah, I could see why. This hole right here, and then the top hole here. Okay, and then there's a short one, a 9-hole. Stick that in there, and it goes like that. So this is pretty well clamped. That ain't gonna come apart. Alrighty. And it goes on the back here, on this side. Probably right here, and that's exactly what it does. There you go. So I'm taking that's just meant to fall down. That's probably why they put that bumpy thing in there. Boy, that just bumps right into that. For the most part, though, it looks pretty solid in the back, huh? You wouldn't know there's anything hidden back there. And we need 4 clips, and they go down here. Next to the flame pieces that like to fall off, so we got to be careful there. Put these here. And I'm not sure what those are going to be there for. Yeah, but I got a whole summer packed full of, well, Lego adventures for you guys. Okay, well, at least the snakes are fixed to the bottom. Oh, there was more clips. Okay, hold on. Let me go back. They're showing 6 snakes. Okay, this is kind of obscured, so I'm going to help you out because I kind of got lost here. There's a clip that's even with this corner, and it goes right here. Okay, right there. That's where it goes. And there's one over here. And I'll do an overhead shot so you can see it better here. So that's what it looks like there. You got a clip here. You can see that. And there's a bunch of just helping you out just in case, because if I made the mistake, I know somebody else is probably going to goof up too. And then it's a matter of setting the snakes in here. At least they're fixed. They're not just sitting down, but well, can I even get that guy in there? There's one. And I'm curious, did these even go in between the studs? I thought they used to snap in between them. Oh, I thought they did. Looks like they could, but they don't. Okay, let's just grab the green ones here. I'm just going to grab them as I go. Here's a blue one. telling, judging by the tail of these are obviously rattlesnakes. And yes, I have seen rattlesnakes, and something broke off when I did that. I've seen them in person, and oh yes, these things are a complete turd to put on. Let me take that out. And you hear that rattle noise, you better get out of there quick. I ran into a few of those little boogers out in the fields. Yeah, they're not the most friendliest creatures. At least they warn you when they start doing anything. I've never ran across a snake den before, but hope I never do. And this little guy here gets put here. I have 4 snakes so far, and I need to find 6. Now I got 5 snakes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I'm missing 2 more snakes. All right. Yes, the clips don't look too appealing when you're putting the snakes in here. But you come from a person like myself. If especially a kid's going to be moving the set around, and you don't want to have to be chasing down accessories. So that's what I'm saying. Yeah, the clips are ugly. It doesn't come from the build quality. It actually enhances the build quality because I can rattle this and nothing's going to fall off. Okay, I don't want to pick it up and have 20 accessory pieces fall on the floor. That's never fun. And we got to build 1 more of these totem poles. So that is the last of that. Let's get going on it. And I hate to think this one was actually a mirror, but it looks like it's almost the same thing. It could be different, I don't know. Did I hit the record? Yes, I did. So now let's breeze through this, get it done, so I can fix a dinner and work on some more tutorials. Matter of fact, I got to get that campground video for you guys and gals to watch too, so you can watch the build progress on that. First, I gotta get this done. We'll do a rough review. I'll take my notes and then we'll do the final review. Or I may just do the final review now and get it all fully done and say it's finished. It'd be nice. Alrighty. Don't know yet. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Yeah, looks like this is almost a complete clone of the last one. You really can't see with my hands there, I'm sorry. Alrighty. Yeah, after a while I really want to build my own stuff, so I'm trying to get this thing here done quickly. Yeah, this is almost a complete clone of the last one we did here, down to the legs and everything. So, if you're interested in building something like this, let that be known. So far, everything I've remembered is the same. I hear the phone, ringy, ringy. Well, I'm not picking the phone up, so you can ringy, ringy all you want. Leave me a text message. In fact, why don't they just text me on the phone so I could read it over here instead of calling the house phone? Yeah, I'm still one of the few that has a landline just because of work-related stuff. Cell service out here is very spotty. They've been talking about adding a cell tower out here, but still yet none of us yet have seen it. We obviously know, unless we get no service or we get 1 bar. If you're outside, you can get 1 bar. If you're lucky, you may get 2. And for 1 more of those angular plates. Oh, there it is. And now I'm starting to feel the fatigue coming in on this build. So here's the deal. You're building this set here. One of the things I'm going to recommend is to take periodic breaks in between these. So I have to learn when I do the review on these not to include that. Now, the reason why is, like I said, I'm on deadlines. I got to get these done. I can't just, like, I get this one done, I got to start another set build. It's just constant copying the book. I don't get to do anything until after I get these done here. But once I get all the reviews done, like I've been parting out sets. Ooh. And there was a few tutorials that I wanted to build. And I was like, I've seen that part before. It was one of the new sets. And it's parts that everybody pretty much has. But the problem is that I didn't have enough of them in my existing collections. I was like, well, there's already parts here. I've already reviewed the set, you know. Just like these tan or dark tan or sand yellow base plates down here. Those I'm going to rip out too. Those make great terrain plates for the campground. But I got to do the review on this first and finalize it before I can even rip those off. And by then I may have the campground figured out, but I'll have at least some for the collection. You know what I mean? Okay, there's the last slope. I was getting kind of like, where is it at? Who's hiding it? And alrighty, I need to learn how to do this in my building guides here. I think they just use a sub-step. Would be hard to reproduce that in the program I'm using. Yeah, I think this is pretty much the same, just built slightly different. It's really close. Well, there's a hole in there. Did I forget a piece? Oh, yes, I did. I forgot to put a red plate in there. There we go. It's like, that is just falling apart. It's like, what did I do there? Yeah, I forgot that one. You got to really pay attention to this manual, huh? Alrighty. And then we got to put our last few stickers on. We only got, after this one's only 2. It's not too terribly bad. So the stickers on this set, except for that wall element, are not too bad. It's just when you got a vision impairment, it makes it almost impossible to set these on here pretty straight. And then this goes down here. Well, on top of that, actually. At least I remember the plate in this one here. And okay. Yeah, I've noticed a lot of these sets don't come with brick separators anymore. And I already got a big giant bin full of them, but I think Lego's probably going to sell those for a pretty penny. There's a new brick separator that came out. It's a little bigger. It does, instead of having 2, instead of it removing at 2 studs at a time, this one does 4. So it'd be good for removing bigger pieces without risk of breaking something. Hopefully that's their intent. Yeah, this one here is built a little different. Yeah, I'm yawning up a storm here. Hold on. Okay, I've been forgetting some. We got to put these in. Focused on the right page versus the left page. Okay. And then now goes these plates right here. Alrighty. And after that, we do more plates, more plates with bow anyways. You know, I'm really surprised though. Lego has not, and you got to build mirrors of these, or somebody has never done this yet, which I hope they do one day, is bring out a Spyro the Dragon set. Would be so cool. I don't think they will, but it would be nice if they did, you know. Alrighty. I skip a page because we just got a bunch of stuff installed all of a sudden. Oh no, I wasn't paying attention. I'm kind of now starting to zone out on this because if we're doing the same thing again here pretty much, we'll compare them when we're done here and see. It seems most of the part is these are duplicates. I don't know, I think I thought I saw a subtle difference, but I don't know. If it's the same exact thing, then I'll let you know and say you're going to have to do this twice or whatever. And then you got to put your last stickers on this right here. Remember what we did with the last one. So this one right here on the right hand side, that's going to be sticker number 13. So we're going to start with 13 first. And we're going to place that on there. Of course, if you get them wrong, you can just pop off the tiles and then swap them around. It's better than trying to rip off the sticker, especially on these things with bow here. I got one on there, and then I got to get the last sticker. Place this one on there, and when we're done with the sticker sheet, I can just toss that on the floor so I can pick it up later on. That's the beauty of living alone. I can make a mess and don't have anybody complain about it. I'll just complain about it later when I have to pick it up. Okay. Yeah, I think these are the same. More and more. Everything looks just the same. If it is, it will actually degrade the build experience down a bit. Why? You know, if it's a duplicate, we don't know. It's got to be at least, there has to be at least one difference for it to not be a duplicate. Putting a plate on there and then a round tile. So yeah, you can tell I'm getting tired. I'm getting hungry. I want to get this done so I can fix a meal. And let's compare these before I attach this. Because if these are duplicates, I'm going to be pretty ticked off. Not too bad there. How are we going to know? Let's take a look here and see. Yeah, Leo, that was a very cruel joke. These are complete duplicates, so we could have just done both of these at one time. Backs look the same. They're just the same build. Well, I mean, I'm not going to ding that off for build experience. I could have went through this a little faster, but that was not cute at all. We could have just been building two of these, and so far that's what it is. And don't worry, we'll take a better look at it here, and we'll do a quick review. Okay, now we're going to be doing a quick demonstration. Now, why am I reading that off? Because what I'm going to be doing, I index these for your benefit. And there we go. So, this is pretty much what it is. It's done. We got our figures. We'll throw our figures in here real quick. And I'll do the final, I don't know what time it is here. Let's see here. Oh, well, I'll do the review tonight because I'm getting hungry. Okay, we're just going to drop some figures in here. Well, we got her. We got the bandage guy. Mummy. And put that there, and then we have Indiana Jones. So what can you do with this? We already know about the snake that falls through this little hole here. So, snake falls through the hole. We'll take a look at the back in a second. We got these things that spin around. We got this one here that does this, that falls over, knocks this. I think that's what its intent was, is to knock that back thing over. Because I don't think that's going to stay like this. I think that's just what it is, to knock that over. At least they got that rubber thing in the back to prevent it from dinging up your table or something, so that's good. And let's see here. Here's the back. So you can have all these guys stand on here. Well, he's taking a nap. Well, this guy's already anxious. He wants to fall down already. You just pull the trap door and those things come spilling all over the place. So that's not too bad. So it is playable. So it does have some play value to it. Here's the part for the snakes. And the back is just kind of, it's almost like a movie set more than anything else. And then we got this little room down here with the eyes and stuff. And, you know, that's it. So let's take a look at this. When I hit this right here, that's what happens. We'll take a look at it from the side view here. And essentially, a lot of people are just going to be playing with this. And that's it. That's essentially the play. Oh, let's put the snake in here first. You put the snake in here like this, slide him in there. He slides right in, and then you can just take this, he falls out. It doesn't take a whole lot for him to fall out of there. And that's it. That is the play experience for this set here. So it looks nice. It looks, this part, the front of this looks pretty good. It's the back that doesn't look too good at all. Okay, you get your minifigures and stuff like that with it. You get accessories, or some accessories, but that's pretty much what it is. Okay. All right, now we're going to dive into the quick review of this set. And yeah, it's not too bad. If I ever, maybe I may not even have to go through a close-up on this, but I may do it. Okay, for build quality, for the most part, it's pretty sound, except for the little, these things here falling off, and this trap door in the back. You can't really press that down, but other than that, everything's pretty good. These are jiggly because they're on those plates. But these do rotate around and stuff like that. So for the build quality on this, I'd say it's above average because they did use some strength on the sides, the Technic bricks, so it is pretty much built for play. Before we get to play, let's talk about build experience. It was a very relaxing build. The stickers were okay. I'm not going to say it was the best thing, but if it was printed, it'd be perfect. But for the build experience, I'm not dissatisfied with it. I think it was more just, it was a relaxing build to get built. Okay, it's not too terribly bad. And we get 4 minifigures and stuff like that, which leads to play value. Yes, you can play with this. Matter of fact, this is meant to be played with. This is not, you could set it on a shelf and display it, but it's also meant to be played with. You got the snake, you got some functionality, you got this little thing here you can pull up here and all that stuff. So you can actually do some role playing in this. Everything's pretty well secured and sturdy. Nothing's really breaking off or anything like that. So yeah, I'd say it's got a really good average play value. Now obviously you can't drop this in a city. You would actually have to complete the rest of the temple. So that would be left up to the builder to do that. And for MOC value, which you could actually add on to this and make a bigger MOC. So, my final assessment is this set is pretty good. Now I'm going to check real quick and let's see if this set actually has a price now. Okay, I don't know the price of this set. I looked on Google. I even looked at Lego and everywhere else. I've seen prices range from $40 to $80. If it's $40, then that's not too bad. If it's $80, well, I would kind of shy away from this, but I can't really confirm that. So I'm going to just depend on the build quality and stuff like that and the build experience. So it depends on the price on this set. You either got to love it or hate it. Until I can actually find out what the price is, I can't really tell. Okay. For me, it was an enjoyable build, but it's all going to depend on the price. So I can't really give you a complete review on this. Let's say it's $40, really good deal. If it's $80, now I would walk right past this one. So I don't know. Now I want you to tell me what you think. You think the set looks pretty cool? Is this something you'd buy between $40 to $80? You know, it's all going to depend on the price on this one. But for me, yeah, I don't know. I'll have to think on that one.